Real quick, to go through my setup for Big Wave Foam and how we've got it set up. That I've done a couple different ways. I've really landed on this way. I'm a big fan. It's the simplest way to set up for the team to kind of do it the same every time and make it super easy, compact, ready to rock and roll. So what we've got here is got the JBL speaker. We've got a tripod. You'll notice there's gonna be a small tripod and a big tripod. We've got our 40-gallon bin. We've got a sub pump. And we've got a hose in there. I'll talk more about that in a second. But first, we just talk about the electrical setup. You've got your Canon, your JBL. Obviously, this JBL has a speaker, but best practices, I like to be able to plug it in, keep it plugged in, make sure it does not get near the foam and does not get all foamy. But as long as it's outside the foam, you're good to keep it plugged in and close. You got JBL plugged in here. You've got your on-off switch, and you've got your Canon here. Do not pull from here. You need to pull from here when plugging it in and pulling it out. The number one reason why your Canon doesn't work is because this right here has pulled from here, and it's gonna disconnect the cords from the connectors in there that get the actual plug to work. So here's our sub pump too. So you really have three things plugged in: sub pump, Canon, speaker if you need it, if you want it there plugged in. I like to do it. I got the tent here. I did not set up the tent. In the Foam Daddy group, they call this the One Trip Wonder. It's a great cart. I'll make another video about that. I love these bucket toolbox lids. Awesome to have kind of your backup stuff, your water key, all that kind of stuff. I got an extra power cord in because I've replaced it with a longer, power cord, GFI tester, additional kind of heads for the sprinkler heads. And we've got some screwdrivers in there as well. The best day ever banner. This is kind of crazy how much people love this. It's great for advertising. Get it out. Turn off the music. Hand it to a mom or teacher. Tell people to gather around. Do it. It's going to make people love it. They think it's kind of shows professionalism. Shows that it really was a great day for the kids, and it's great for advertising. All right, now I really like this setup. We just started doing this. It's very different from what we were doing in the past, but we've got this, two-way connector here on the line that goes to the spigot, right? We tell everyone that we want to be 100 feet within a water spigot, 100 feet within working electrical. Use your GFI tester to see that it is working if things aren't working initially. But then while we have this two-way splitter, what I like is obviously we've learned to take this 40-gallon bin. It fits perfectly in that, so you can walk far distances and have everything together, which I'll show you at the end what that looks like. And so 40 gallons does not get you through a 1 hour party, right? 1 hour party, you're gonna run through, probably two of these, maybe even sometimes 2.5 to 3, but I don't even know how many we run through now because I don't do multiple fills. What I do is I start with about this about filled about 35 gallons, maybe 30 to 35 gallons. Basically, that's 80 to 85% full. Let's say 80 to 90% full. So I'll do that about 35 gallons. I will do this about a half gallon, just under half a gallon, and I will test it out and I will see how it's blowing out of here. And if it's blowing great and the foam looks great, I like to err on the side of heavy, thicker foam to start to build it up. And then as we go, I turn this on. You can have it off and on here. I turn this on, I keep filling it up. A lot of times I keep it on. I watch the foam. As the foam gets more diluted, I just add a little bit in. I don't get all fancy with the inline system like some of the guys do. That's awesome, that's cool. I like to keep it really simple for our team, which we've got 5 or 6 members that are helping us at any given time. So, I like to keep it simple. And the reason why I got that split here is I like to add this too as well, to put it out here in front of the barriers to the right here, your right-hand side here, and to allow kids to use it to spray off their face, right? Because kids are gonna run up to you. The worst thing you can have is a kid screaming about their eyes burning or whatever it might be. So you want them to be able to spray off their face. That's about it. This goes here, nothing but quick connects on just about everything, by the way. You want quick connects to make things easy to connect. Don't forget there's an on-off switch here. The reason why this might not be working is this isn't on, number one. That's number one reason. This isn't on, and hopefully this is not the case, but I'll have a video and a quick image of this as well, but this might have unplugged from one of the connectors in there. And so I have a whole breakdown of which color goes to the ground and all that kind of stuff. I think it's yellow or this greenish yeah, green and yellow goes to the ground from here. So that is worst case scenario, but it is fixable, and I've had to fix it on site before, so it's no big deal. All right, that is it.